daily login rewards for ESO, for the most part, are usually pretty lackluster and underwhelming. The last time I remember getting something that was notably huge had to be a year ago or more. All it ever feels like that we get in the login rewards is crown pots, a little bit of gold, potions, and maybe a pet sometimes. But if you've been logging in April, you probably noticed that there is something different to this month's login rewards, something very different and something I would like to discuss in this video. I just want to give a shout out to my patrons and YouTube members like always. Thank you so much for the support. I'll have more on that at the end of the video. First off, if you didn't know, this may be the best month to log into ESO for. One being that there are going to be tons of in-game events, including the Jesters Festival, which is going on right now at the time of recording this video, and the Anniversary Jubilee, which is coming up very soon. But these events give double XP during the whole event, and you can really power level characters during that. But the other reason is what you will actually obtain reward-wise when logging in. This has to be the best month of login rewards that I can ever remember in ESO. The first time you log into ESO this month, you will get 5 150% XP scrolls, something that I noted in my video last week of why you should log in now and especially in April. You'll actually get a few more the rest of the month. About, let's see, that's 5 days later, you're gonna get another 150, and then you're gonna get another 150, and then you're going to get 3 50s and 4 50s. You're gonna get a ton of XP scrolls if you log in to ESO this month a good bit. Right there, that is fantastic though for stacking with the leveling bonuses that you get with the Anniversary Jubilee and that you get with the Jesters Festival, because for the Jesters Festival we got the Pie of Misrule, and for the Anniversary Jubilee we'll get the Cake, and this will give us 100% XP boosts that stack with XP scrolls. The other two massive things that you can get this month is a mount. I've never seen a mount in the login rewards in ESO. There might have been a long time ago. You can get a mount on the 10th day of logging in. So if you log in 1/3 of the time in April, you'll get a mount. On the 21, you'll be able to get the Jester Anglador house guest. So that is something, I don't know if we've ever gotten a house guest before. I feel like we might have gotten it one time. I can't remember. It's also like a mime, which I think is really interesting. But there's the mount. But these are massive. This was a fantastic idea from Zenimax. So it's such a good idea that it really begs the question of why hasn't ZOS done this before, and why can't ZOS do this every month? Right now, ESO is definitely in a lull when it comes to players and interest in the game. You can look on Google Trends, you can look at Twitch numbers, you can look at a lot of things going on, and a lot of people really were not excited for the new chapter or expansion system, the card game that they're releasing, Tales of Tribute. Usually people come back to the game and look forward to the new chapter or expansion based off the system a lot of times that's coming to the game, but this year is probably one of the most negatively received expansion announcements that I've ever really seen. I mean, just a lot of people are just very underwhelmed by it, and they're just not excited about it. And so some of those people really might not play ESO a lot this year, because a lot of times what happens is people play ESO like the beginning of the year, then they kind of go off a little bit. Then when the expansion comes out, they play for a good bit, then they kind of taper off into the fall, and then they come back around like the mini expansion. But this year, there could be a huge lull in ESO, and it's already kind of started because it came at one of the worst times. We had Elden Ring that is just tearing up the gaming world right now. A lot of people went to Lost Ark, and some players went to Guild Wars 2 and many other games. But nonetheless, there were a ton of games that came out early this year that really just drew people away from ESO. The Twitch numbers, like I said, and the YouTube numbers have been significantly down. And so ESO needs something that is going to want people to log in each day, which is why I think they did this for this month, because they've probably seen the numbers and they've seen how much people have kind of dropped off and went away from the game. You compound this with the rocky launch of Update 33 and the server issues during these events, and you just have a lot of frustrated players. And that is rightfully so. I mean, they're telling people to log in, we're telling people to log in, and then people log in and the servers don't hold up. And so giving the players these type of login rewards is a great idea, and it's something that needs to stay. Yes, there's going to be players that log in every day no matter what, because this is the only game they play, but that is not the majority of players that play this game. And you want there to be hype around the game. You want it to grow. You want to give players reasons to log in. Even if it's just for 10 minutes, that 10 minutes could change into an hour, could change into 2 hours. And it could be like, oh, I kind of want to play this game again. It gives players the reason to log in. And I think that will be massive for ESO. Honestly, the login rewards haven't really given people reasons to log in from what I remember. This is especially crucial this year with so many other games competing for people's time. So this is something that I think ZOS needs to do every month for the rest of the year. Why not? Because it actually gets people excited to want to log in. Like, heck, I am actually excited to get this amount. I mean, I really am. Maybe one month you throw in a house if you log in every day for a month. I mean, that would be dedication, but 30 days you log in, you could get something cool for that. You could also throw in more mounts. You could throw in more house guests. You could even throw in armory slots. In my opinion, ESO is going to need this year because I don't know how negative the card game is really going to be on the player base until we actually get to see gameplay of it and how it works. But I can tell you a lot of players are really not excited for that, and so they need to bring excitement in other ways. This also brings up the conversation of rewards in general. And again, it's cool and all if we get these monthly rewards, but what I really think needs to change is a whole different perspective on how rewards are given in ESO and the type of rewards. A lot of players feel that rewards in game feel not worth it, or that it just doesn't have enough weight to it. And I agree. I think that if you are new to ESO, you will have a ton of content to do for years, and you will be satisfied because this is part of the ESO experience. This is how I felt. I played this game for years and was perfectly fine just playing through the game. But once you play for years, you start to see that, okay, once I've done these things, what else can I do in this game to keep me satisfied and wanting to play? Because some people, the reason they play MMOs is because they want cool cosmetics and appearance items to show off to other players. But when players don't feel like there's anything rewarding for their effort, they don't want to play anymore. The gameplay behind that also has to be fun. Because if it's agonizing and just not fun to actually do the activity that gives you the rewards, then people won't play then either because it's not satisfying. So I know this is a lot, but that is really the nature of making like a rewarding experience, in my opinion, in an MMO. It has to be satisfying and fun, but there also has to be things that are worth it for that time. So I'm going to be making a whole other video on this, like the reward structure. So to make sure you don't miss that, make sure to hit that bell icon, heavy attack it to make sure you know when I drop this video, because it will be soon and it will notify you when I do release it. But I would love to hear what you all have to say about this monthly reward situation in ESO, and if you're going to be returning this month or if you're not going to be returning this month. Let me know down in the comments section. Also, you should watch these two videos up in the cards here. One of the videos is going to be a guide on either the Jester's Festival or the Anniversary Jubilee, whichever one is active when you watch this video. The other card will be a video on other ideas that I have for ZOS to improve ESO. Thank you again to my patrons and YouTube members. You want to check out my Twitch channel, my website, my Discord, all the links are down below in the description, as well as the Patreon. But again, y'all, just remember, have faith, be great, and I'll see you on the next video.